What's up, YouTube? So today I want to talk about kind of the history of my 1980 Trans Am and what I've done to it and how I've got to this point and what's currently in the car. If there's anybody interested, and if not, then I'll have it for me. But this is it. If anybody watches the channel, then you know this car. This car has ran a best so far of a 10.08 and 134.6, and I think it's fully capable of a 9. But I got this car in April-ish time frame of 2015, so I've had this car for a little over 7 years at this point, and it's come a long way. When I first got this car, it was black, but it wasn't this black. I actually painted this. Believe it or not, this looks 10 times better than it did. When I first got the car, whoever had painted it painted over all the stickers, you know, the birds, the logos, stuff like that. And they had drilled holes in the doors to pull out dents, but they didn't fill the holes back in, so they just painted over everything. I don't know. But what they did do is they fixed this fender over here. I'm gonna put a picture in right here. This car's been wrecked and crushed in this whole fender, and you can kind of see where I bondoed it. It's got a little crack right there, but they did an amazing job replacing that fender, I think. But the paint job was terrible. So, granted, I didn't have no money when I first got this car. First thing I did, I painted the interior. As you can tell, it was red. You can still see some spots where it is red. You can't get this unless you take out the windshield, stuff like that. Painted the interior black, and I sanded the car down. And I did the best I could, the knowledge I had, and a friend of mine that helped tremendously paint this car, and we painted it for probably $600. And after that, I took that gutless Pontiac 301 out because it couldn't get out of its own way. But it sounded nasty, so people would try to race you because it sounded good, and it was just terrible. But I bought a 454 big block, and I built it in my bedroom, and I can post a video of the first startup here.
Probably about 4 or 5 times. Okay.
And after I built that motor, I decided we're gonna get a Ford 9-inch rear end, so I did that. got it from a guy out of town, and we cut it to fit and stuck it up under there. At the time it was traction bars and stock leaf springs. As of right now, the car has Calvert mono leaf springs. It has the thicker sway bar that comes on the Trans Am, and it has Caltrax. Also has subframe connectors, and then it's got a pretty basic turbo 350. It was built by National Engine and Transmission, Abilene, Texas, and they did an amazing job because it's still holding up, and it's 7 years going now, or 6 years for that. So I built this big block, and the oil pump relief spring went out, and I destroyed it. So after that, I sold the big block, took it out, sold it, bought a 355 with camel hump heads, and the best I could get out of it was a 7.2 in the 8th mile. I got a video of it running a 7.6. I'll post that. And then I built this motor. This motor is a 383 small block Chevy. It's about 11-to-1 compression. It's a pump gas deal. It's got a 4340 scat crank, forged rods, H-beam rods, and then it's like 2680 alloy pistons, or something like that. Whatever material it is, it's forged pistons. And when I first built it, it had different intake, and it had different cam and all that stuff. You've seen the motor progress on this YouTube channel. But yeah, I'll post some pictures of how this went. Main thing that I didn't forget, this is the man who helped me build my first 1980 Trans Am that got wrecked. It was a 1981 Trans Am that got wrecked. And it was my first job as a muffler shop / performance shop. And in the middle of building this car, he passed away. We were building it, together. He passed away, and I hurried up and got it done so I could get it out of his shop and all that stuff that comes involved. But he helped a lot, definitely. But yeah, I'll post some videos and pictures in here, and y'all like and subscribe.